It is time to make the sound to summon the stream. Greetings, dear viewers. I'm Coil Quickcard, and welcome back to Pokemon Soul Silver. Just to recap what we are doing, I am playing a series of Nuzlockes through the Generation 1 through 4 remakes. Having started with Pokemon Fire Red, currently on Soul Silver, to be followed by Alpha Sapphire, and then finally Brilliant Diamond. Basic Nuzlocke rules apply. I catch any Pokemon that I encounter. I catch the first Pokemon I encounter in any location. If I can't get one, that location is locked off. Nickname all the Pokemon. If a Pokemon faints, it is dead forever. And as an additional rule, any Pokemon that I acquire throughout these Nuzlockes is locked out for any future games. So, for instance, I have a Nidoqueen. So when it comes time for Alpha Sapphire and Brilliant Diamond, I cannot use Nidoran Female, Nidorina, or Nidoqueen. And this rule holds true for every Pokemon line that I encounter. As a result, a lot of Pokemon. I think we're nearing 100 Pokemon that are already locked out for the rest of this Nuzlocke marathon. A full list of all the Pokemon that are locked out as of the beginning of this stream is in the description of this video, along with the exhaustively thorough set of rules. As you can see, our current team is a Beedrill, a Lugia, a Dratini, a Fortress, a Noctowl, and a Nidoqueen. Last time we did get all of the 8 Johto badges, so we are ready to proceed to the Elite Four. Now, just to clarify something specific for Soul Silver, this Nuzlocke will be considered a success if we beat the Elite Four. After that, I will try to continue the Nuzlocke as best I can, going for the Kanto badges and eventually finishing with Red. However, failure at that point will still let us move on to Alpha Sapphire. It will still be considered a success. Cool. Remember how I said I'm okay with Yamaga being trash in competitive Pokemon? Yes. Yes, I do. So, yeah, we've got a fair bit to do today. So, let's briefly go over my most important, Pokemon. Annie is insanely crucial to our success. Annie has 3 HN moves. Good old Asgore is our waterfall user. So there is a clear delineation of priority. And I have to be careful. Last time I actually lost 3 good Pokemon in a battle against the Kimono Girls. And the Elite Four are legitimately a threat. Funnily enough, I needed a fast Tailwind Setter Defogger for my team not long ago. Yep. Ended up using Mega. Well, that's good. I'm gonna be honest, I am I am actually pretty nervous about today's adventure. I really don't know how this goes. It's going to be kind of rough, I think. I am running... Okay, I do have a PP up, 2 ethers, 2 max ethers. So, I am pretty well off, all things considered. Susie, would you like to make your debut? Oh, you silly little Bulbasaur. Have you met my friend, Aeroblast? Sweet. Okay, Venusaur, yeah, same plan. Ivysaur, extrasensory should handle this. Cool. Hello. Alright, TM37 Sandstorm. I really don't see that being helpful. Okay, Route 27. It looks like our goal for Route 27 encounter is a Quagsire with a 55% chance. Oh, you little bastard. Hello, Magneton. Goodbye, Magneton. Hello, Quagsire. Oh, right. Water Absorb. I mean, you're a low enough level, I probably really don't need to worry about this. There we go. Execute, dies to Air Slash. Alright, let's say if we are lucky enough to get that Quagsire. It is a Doduo. Doduo and Dodrio, however, are locked out from the previous Nuzlocks. I'm 99% sure. But I will check my list just to make sure I'm right. Yes, they are. Okay, so Route 27 is dead, and I can mark that off my checklist here. And yes, I am running with a massive pile of rare candies. Before we do any of the Elite Four fights, I can use the rare candies to take my whole team up to the level of the next member's ace. And last note, Shiny Claws is active. If we encounter a natural shiny, it can be caught regardless of any other rules. I think that covers everything important. God damn it. These freaking psychics. It's like they knew I was gonna be there. But that would mean they're psychic! My god. The implications of these super... God damn it, execute. God damn it, EP. Could you just not be disappointing? Cole, if we do get a Pokemon today, you are in position for first nickname. Please tell me I stocked up on healing items. I did not stock up on any healing items. That's great. Oh my god, these freaking trainers! Stop! Stop noticing my existence! It is inconvenient. Alright. Sure. I have accidentally gotten a girl's phone number. But naturally, as a true gamer... No! No! No, why can't I delete your number? Okay. Can I actually... God damn you! Oh, you rat bastards! Stop noticing me! Every single one of these people has noticed me. Ooh, Earth Power! Oh, damn, Earth Power would be great. Too bad I don't have any open move slots. Oh, no. I have accidentally got a girl's number. Couldn't be me. Okay. Do you rotate? You look like the sort who would rotate. Alright, let's drop Susie and at least try to get to the rest house. Hello. Yes, I do need to rest. I think the problem, though... No, I can still fly back. I want to say I think there's a Pokemon Center... God damn it. I think there's a Pokemon Center on the south end of the Indigo Plateau. I could be wrong about that. I'm like 60-70% sure. Okay, so you're blocking my way. You will force me to fight you. Admittedly, all the trainers on this route are surprisingly challenging. Get him. Kingler. There we go. No, I am not giving you my phone number. I am like a 12, maybe 13, 14-year-old girl wandering out here on my own. I am not just going to give my phone number to any guy who comes by and asks for it, okay? It's just really not safe. Yeah, the sprite does look a little bit clunky. But honestly, I think there's a... I think it's actually almost kind of cute. Alright. No, I'm not giving you my phone number either. Why are all these people trying to give their phone numbers to this child? Do. Alright, and then that leads into Victory Road. Is this actually a point I can fly back to? Yes! Okay, I did remember that correctly. Alright. Cole, I might need your memory on this. Are there any HMs necessary in Victory Road aside from strength? Strength and Rock Smash. Yeah. Never reached Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Victory Road. I think it is just Strength and Rock Smash. Who the hell has Strength? Nobody has Strength. I lost my Strength user in the Great Battle. There it is. Maybe Surf, that's a good point. Okay, Susie, you're going to lose Rain Dance and learn Strength. Luckily, we have access to the Move Deleter and Move Reminder here in Blackthorn. So really, all we need to do is reach the actual Elite Four, and then we can come back here and adjust our team and really start to plan. Because this is going to suck, I fear. Unfortunately, there is also the rival battle at the end of this route. He's going to be running Sneasel, Golbat, Magneton, Haunter, Kadabra, and Typhlosion. But I think I'll be in a good position to handle it. Let's see. Possible encounters are Golbat, Graveler, Ursaring, Onix, and Rhyhorn. On the second floor, Golbat, Graveler, Ursaring, Onix, Rhyhorn. On the third floor, Golbat, Graveler, Ursaring, Onix, Rhyhorn. And then values look basically the same. And I did not grab my healing items. Alright, let's try this again. This time, actually remember what the hell it is I'm doing. Okay. So, let's grab... Yes, I know, Cole, you were talking about Pizza Tower and that it's good. Okay. So... realistically... I'm not in the best condition. Because this is probably about all the items I'm going to be taking into the actual Elite Four as well. Unfortunately, rushing through this a bit has also meant that I've gotten less money. And that means I'm definitely more limited. Okay. Luckily, I am pretty sure that this version of Victory Road does not have any trainers in it. So, with repels, this is all going to go very quickly and easily. Are you excited for the GameCube? No. Even my 5-year-old gaming computer with a 3060 Ti, in all likelihood, is going to have... Oh, hey, we actually got the new encounter. Is in all likelihood going to have a greater than or comparable amount of power to the GameCube. So, no, I have no particular interest or need in the GameCube. It simply doesn't fulfill a niche that I need to have filled. And please remember that is in no way a comment on its quality or as a product in general. It is simply a statement that I have no personal use for it. And Freddy has been caught. That's actually a pretty damn good catch. Okay. Let's go grab the sprite for it. Because this is probably better than our B-drill. And make a note of it here in my notes. Victory Road, yes. And the encounter was an Ursa Ring. Okay. I think people are going to be a lot less excited about the GameCube, though, once, like, the price is actually revealed. Because it seems to me like it's probably going to be priced in very high-quality laptop price range. Except it's not a laptop. It's not going to have that kind of, you know, portability. And typically anyone who is really interested in playing more of, like, high-end PC games is just already going to have a PC or laptop of some kind. I'm sure it will have an audience. I'm sure there will be a lot of people who are really, really going to enjoy it, but I think it might be much more of a niche product than anything else. I do want to plan ahead. Sneasel's going to be the first Pokemon that we go up against in the Rivals team. Honestly, Rock Smash is just kind of ideal to counter that. Quick Attack, Icy Wind, Feint Attack, and Fury Swipes Yeah, there's no way a Sneasel can drop a Nidoqueen with Icy Wind. That's just not going to happen. I've actually been following a bit with the Half-Life community over the last several days, because they have basically been collectively having an absolute goddamn meltdown. Mostly because they'll get, like, some vague piece of information. They will turn the vague information into an absolute expected date of something happening. And then thing doesn't happen because the information was always vague and based on a range anyway. And then they get really, like, upset and depressed about it. And I think their behavior is absurd. Even at her lower health... Yeah, even at her lower health, Annie can handle this fight. Alright, let's do this. Come on, Quinky. This might as well be Elite Four 1. Okay, you're actually going for Feint Attack over Icy Wind. You've managed to get yourself poisoned. Sneasel down. Who do you do next? You do Kadabra. Kadabra's running Disable Psybeam, Recover, Reflect. Okay. Exploding Apple resists Psybeam. And it can run Bug Bite. I wish there was a Mega Porygon Z. I am happy with there not being a Mega Porygon Z because a double trade evolution line is a problem. Okay, Kadabra's down. I would imagine they go into Typhlosion. Going into Typhlosion with Reflect still active. So Susie doesn't really resist, but it's got very good defensive stats. And Hydro Pump. They gave Megas to other Trade Evas. Yes, but not double Trade Evas. Possibly because Porygon Z is the only double Trade Evo. Not to mention, within the Japanese media side, there does still seem to be a general unwillingness. Okay. Susie just nearly died. A general unwillingness to really center stories around... God damn it, it had Quick Attack! Okay. Well, we have lost our legendary. So, all the effort we spent getting this last time was for nothing. I lost 3 fucking Pokemon trying to get this thing, and it couldn't even reach the Elite Four. God fucking damn it. Okay. I basically just have to go Annie Surf. Hope the Lava Plume doesn't kill. Okay. Exploding Apple has finally learned Explosion. That gives me a Hail Mary. Unfortunately, Quinky is still at 3 Pokemon. Eepee can't be hit by Shadow Ball at least. You vastly favor special attack such that Confusion is still going to be the stronger move. Okay, so... Eepee can no longer escape. Eepee is going to die. I don't... Unless the guy going down also... breaks the mean look? Honestly, even if it did, who the hell do I go into? Okay, mean look does wear off. God fucking damn it. Okay. Let's go with Payback. That does even less. I have to get out of this fight. Okay. It was a sacrifice that had to be made. Okay, his last Pokemon is a Golbat. It's faster than anything I have. No, Eepee is still faster than Golbat, so it should die in 2 confusions. Okay, it doesn't die except in 3 confusions. But we're able to tank it. And just in time to learn Extra Sensory. Hi, noob. We just lost Lugia and Fortress. So, the situation is very, very, very bad. Also, we just reached the Elite Four. You lost Lugia. Yes. Lugia got hit with a crit Lava Plume. And after being hit with a crit Lava Plume, it was finished with a quick attack. Okay. So, these are the only other 2 Pokemon that I have. A Ditto and an Ursaring. Okay. I would not call Ditto a meaningful part of a full team. Okay, Ursaring. And let's... God damn it. Closed my sprite reference window. Here we go. Grab a Ditto. Put the Ditto into the party. Change this into a Ditto. Ditto's GIF appears slightly bugged. It can transform into the enemy. Yes, it's also going to have lower HP than just about anyone it turns into after spending a turn transforming. Okay. The important thing is that we reach the Elite Four. Oh, holy crap! Kopitar actually has metal powder. Boy, that would be great if I was allowed to use held items. Okay. So let's approach this very carefully. Move deleter. Move deleter. Okay, Annie needs to lose... Annie needs to lose Whirlpool for sure. I am curious... Is there... Okay, you can get heart scales from using Rock Smash at the Ruins of Alph. I think I really do need to get some heart scales. Alright, let's actually start thinking this through. One sec. Here we go. Alright, let's actually start reviewing. Here is what we are up against. The first member is Will. It doesn't list them having any item, but I'm sure they do. So Will's got Xatu, Jinx, Slowbro, Executor, and Xatu. It really doesn't matter what the levels are, since we're just gonna rare candy them up anyway. If Slowbro sets up, we will not kill it. So Slowbro is a super high priority to kill as fast as possible. The opening Xatu... We will make sure we don't apply a status effect. I have no idea why they're looking like that, honestly. Yeah, I have no idea. Does that fix it? No, not really. The Jinx is running Psychic, Lovely Kiss, Ice Punch, Double Slap. I have nothing fire type. The situation is pretty goddamn dire. Let's at least get the Pokemon leveled up before we continue. Will's Ace is level 42. So make sure everybody is at least level 42. Poison Jab's actually really good to get. Oh, Needle does have Toxic Spikes. Okay, so we're gonna use... Alright, we're gonna get rid of Cut. I got a feeling this is a lost cause already. It very well could be. It absolutely could be. Sandstorm Toxic Spikes. Sandstorm Toxic Spikes is a definite possibility for handling all of this. It would not be easy, but I could potentially... Dragonite has to carry. We're not going to get a Dragonite. Lance's Ace is only level 50. We will not have a Dragonite throughout the entire game. Level 43, whatever, it's a Ditto. Scary Face, don't care about Scary Face. Honestly, a stalling build might be... Hey Quill, just give up. Why? By no means is this uncertain. It will be challenging. We're going in with a severe disadvantage. But it's definitely not, like, a guaranteed failure. Aquatail... I thought you had extreme speed. Didn't we get the Dratini with extreme speed? Did I accidentally replace extreme speed with Slam? The base stats literally do not matter. Like, I cannot stress how much that truly, truly does not matter here. Okay, level 42. Alright, everybody is level 42 across the board. How do we want... I have a very, very strong feeling we ain't gonna see the champ. Yes, you have made that very clear. Freddy... can be in a good position. Okay. Strength is actually really good for Freddy. I still like the reliability of it more than the greater crit chance of Slash. Dragon Pulse, we can do better than that. Okay. Proteins for Asgore. Defenses up for... We still have red, yes. If we can beat this Elite Four, we will consider this a successful completion, but we will continue pushing to red. Although by that point, our team is going to be in absolute shambles. Alright. Let's try to get some heart scales. Okay. Here we go. Getting heart scales is going to take a bit of time, but we do need to see if we can get some other moves learned. Oh, okay. PP up moves that are good for PP are also absolutely fantastic. With enough Viagra, we can force a very good stall tactic. Dome Fossil. Geodude, moving on. Say we would get new Mons, but I don't know, man. There's basically nowhere meaningful left that we can get new Mons at. Unless, does the bell tower have wild encounters in it? Let's take a look. Bell tower... 100% Rattata. Okay, so that's not viable. Other locations we haven't checked. Routes 40, 41, and 43, which we're all saving for Super Rod, otherwise they're dead. Bell Tower's dead on arrival. Mount Silver, Olivine City, 10 Tower. No, we've basically gone everywhere that we can. We're just gonna farm some heart scales first. Okay. If we just get one heart scale, I can take a look at the move reminder lists. And we can see if there's anything there that's going to be especially helpful. We're going to switch back to the regular game window. There we go. We already failed Bell Tower because of Knights. Yes, I am aware Bell Tower is DOA. I don't actually know what the drop chance is for heart scales. We have found 2 dome fossils before finding a single heart scale. Quill, I know a way you can win. What is that, noob? What do you suggest? Okay, Old Amber. Old Amber and a dome. Jesus, why are the fossils so much easier to get? We could revive a fossil. Where do we revive the fossils? Because, as far as I'm aware, that happens in Pewter City. You go back in time before you lost the Mons. Nah. We will live with the consequences of misfortune and fate. If the run fails, we just start it all over again. We wipe out all that we've done in the course of Soul Silver. We start Soul Silver again fresh. How the hell have I gotten 3 dome fossils and 2 old ambers before a single heart scale? Oh my god. Okay, I need to check. Am I even right about being able to get this shit from rock smashing here? Let's go into the item decks. Heart scale in okay. It says that there's one in Cyanwood City, Violet City. Okay, so Pokemon, Soul Silver, hidden items, map. Let's see. Let's look for heart. Okay, that doesn't help. Okay. So, a few places we can check. That's Cherry Grove. Just go and fight like a man. You've been so terrified that this is absolutely over and that we have no chance. But when I'm doing everything possible in order to maximize the possibility of winning, you're just like, nah. A fool fights without preparation. Here we go. I forgot what I wanted to ask. Well, that sounds like it's a problem that has been solved. Okay, Union Cave. God damn it. Will you just leave me alone? Okay, no. The map I was looking at was looking at the upper path. God damn it. Whatever. It's one Marowak. It's not a problem. Okay. That is... Let's see, a paralyze, heal. One step. One step without a repel. I think what I'm looking at here was actually the Dark Cave map. So let's go Dark Cave. Yes, okay. So here, that is not helpful. Okay. Rock Smash goes here. Okay, another Max Ether. That's actually pretty good. That is a Black Flute. Okay. My map is still saying that there is a heart scale in this cave. Needle can learn better than Endeavor, I guess. Needle, Flash. Okay, nothing there. It says a heart scale is somewhere in Violet City, but it's not telling me where. Alright, instead of a list, I actually just need to bring up like a proper interactive map here. Pokemon Soul Silver interactive map. Yes. Nope, not that one. Location. Violet City. Alright. If it is there, I don't know. Have you seen an Adamant Hustle Togepi? Nope. Why exactly are you looking for heart scales? Because heart scales may be given to the move reminder in order to learn moves that Pokemon learned previously. So given that I basically had to turn all of my Pokemon into HM slaves, there are potentially a number of useful moves in their move lists that could have really been helpful. That is a Hyper Potion. Okay, now this is just starting to bother me. Okay. In Pokemon Soul Silver, there's a heart scale on Route 32 on a small rock near the Magnet Train's pillar. Okay. Hidden Heart Scale. The small rock in the water east of the Fisherman, next to the leg of the train bridge. Okay. Small rock in the water. That's the one. That is not the one. Of course not. If there is one thing that continuously impresses me, it is how badly people can do of describing exact locations. In the small rock, in the water, to the east of the Fisherman, next to the leg of the train bridge. That is this exact... How did I not get that? Okay. Man, just leave it. Noob, if you want this to have any chance of success, you will have to accept the fact that it will require patience and preparation. That's just the way it is going to be. Especially because this actually lets me get Earth Power, a special ground-type move, onto Annie. Which is absolutely crucial. We basically just got Earthquake. The equivalent of Earthquake was a crucial component of pulling this off. However, it seems that Noob is getting impatient, so I suppose we'll just have to accept impatience and proceed. Let's see here. How do we want to do this? We're first going up against Zatu. So, Thunderbolt is a way to deal with that. I really don't have any answers for Lance's Dragonites. Alright, Noob, thanks for stopping by. I am curious. Let's see. Avalanche was on the ice path. Ice Beam is in the Goldenrod game corner. We have already established that getting stuff out of the Goldenrod game corner is fine, since it is a lossless game that just takes time. So I'm just going to go ahead and give myself a TM for Ice Beam. We're just going to load up the hex editor and add that, since that is something I can definitely get with a 0% chance of failure given time. So we're just going to stop that. Utilities, Pokemon Hex. Open up the save. Go to Items, TMs, add a TM13 in the amount of 1. Come on. 1. TM13. Save. Save. And let's load this up. We are not getting through this without a solid answer to the Dragonites. Here we go. Ice Beam. Okay. Annie is the better user. So the only one I really need to look out for is one of his Dragonites that knows Blizzard. Okay. But we also need to get rid of Rock Smash, so we can make room for that. Cool. I could just give myself a bunch of heart scales. I'm not going to. Since that is a less certain area of guaranteed success. Getting the coins for Ice Beam is literally just a matter of time. The gambling game is not even gambling, because you can't actually lose coins that you earn. And you don't have to expend anything to get the coins. It is purely just a game of Minesweeper. Alright. So, I guess let's run in and have an absolutely terrible time. Xatu opens up. It's got U-turn, me first, Psychic, and Confuse Ray. Oh boy. Freddy with Shadow Claw might be one of the only real answers I have there. Okay. We're going in. I am going to lose. Probably. Okay. Freddy with Shadow Claw. Yep, me first stops your Shadow Claw. So now you switch to Psychic. Okay, Xatu down. Okay, you're going into Jinx. Jinx. I took that much damage from a Xatu's Psychic. Xatu runs 95 special attack. Jinx runs 115 special attack. So I almost certainly die to Jinx Psychic. Eepy... He is not exactly great since I'm weak to Ice Punch. But its attack stat sucks. It outspeeds Eepy. I think I survive an Ice Punch, though. I do not survive an Ice Punch, though. Okay, we have lost our first Pokemon of the Elite Four. Which also means I have lost the only Pokemon I have that can fly. It has taken no damage. Pretty sure Ditto dies here. No, Ditto lives. Okay. I don't really think there's anything I can do here with a Ditto, though. We can Lovely Kiss it. Okay, with it being asleep... I think we can whisk the Needle Swap. Okay, it wakes up in Psychic, so Needle dies. No, Needle survives. Can we bait it into wasting all of its psychics? That might be a pretty tall order. I definitely can't afford to stall it through all of its ice punches and its psychics. But I might be able to bait it through all psychics. It's hard to tell. Okay, another psychic. Okay. If we can get it to waste all of its psychics, we're actually in about as good a position as we could be. Okay. Another psychic. I think we have just about used up all of its psychics. Quill, they called me crazy for running a screen Hisuian Electrode, but I'll be the one laughing when Electrode survives a Flare Blitz from 50% with Reflecto. I just don't have enough interest in Pokemon PvP. It just really doesn't matter to me. But still, being able to survive a Flare Blitz is really impressive. Okay. Alright. I am going to risk the switch. I'm going to risk the switch back to Freddy. It was not out of Psychics. Freddy dies. Okay. Freddy is dead. Annie at least gets a clean switch. Earth power is probably about the best I can do here. That is not good. Okay. Can I take 3 ice punches? Yes, and you are poisoned. You're at least out of Psychics. Okay. Let's see. Okay, there's the full restore. Annie, you are really disappointing me today. Was that four turns asleep? Was it 3 or 4 failures to wake up? There's another kiss. Another punch. And it's a crit. We have lost Annie. Okay, Annie was my only actual counter for the majority of the things I was going to be up against. I guess Dragon Rage it. Okay. We have successfully taken down 2 Pokemon of my opponent. Okay, Executor. Beedrill is actually the perfect counter here, if we can get a clean pivot. But if I want a clean pivot, we're going to have to sacrifice Ditto. Okay, you missed again. That lets me heal Asgore. Ditto has finally been lost. Twin Needle is pretty ideal here. We got 2 hits for less than I hoped for. And Needle dies. Okay. We're not in the best position here. Interestingly enough, Asgore is a fantastic counter for Slowbro, since we ignore all of its defensive boosting. Okay. Yeah, the entire purpose of Slowbro is really just to be an unkillable tank. Unfortunately, it does enough damage with a single Psychic that I'm pretty screwed. Alright, and that is the end of the Pokemon Soul Silver Nuzlocke Challenge. My entire team has been lost in battle against the Elite Four. Do I actually want to play all of this again? No, not really. But fortunately, since this was our last challenge, we can basically be pretty certain... Oh my god, Ethan, shut the fuck up. We can basically be certain that we weren't going to be getting any more Pokemon than that, had it been successful. So, I think that's going to be it for today. Next week, we are actually just going to move into Alpha Sapphire. All the Pokemon that have come about during this attempt will be locked out as we move into Alpha Sapphire. So you're just cheating? Yes. Because I don't feel like playing all of Soul Silver again for a month. So, yes. We will just be moving on to Alpha Sapphire. So, yeah. You could be here next week as we start that. No fucking shame either. None whatsoever. Like, truly none. I have no pride in this. It is utterly irrelevant. So, yeah. You can be here next week. We'll move on to the Alpha Sapphire Nuzlocke Challenge. Third game in the series. We will see if that can go a little bit better than this. God knows it can't exactly go much worse. I did my best, but unfortunately, as soon as we lost that Fortress and Lugia, there just really wasn't much we could do to stabilize the run after that point. It really came down to a lava plume crit, followed by a quick attack that I was not expecting. So, that's just the way it is sometimes. Guess that's everything. Silk Song is still the daily video series on this channel. You can be here tomorrow for the weekly RPG Maker stream. Be here again next week for the Nuzlocke. I'll probably be moving to integrating another game into the daily series here pretty soon. I don't know exactly what yet. There's a couple things I've been mulling around. I've already figured out what I'm going to be doing for my Valentine's Day series next year. I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And I think that's everything. So thank you all so much for watching. And I will see you all on the next one. It is time to make the sound to summon the end of the stream. Wah, 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 wah.